little bit crowded right now because I'm going to make a clock. And the clock, what I do is I buy this type of like base at Hobby Lobby. These are the cheapest that I have found, let me tell you. This is $3.99. Actually, I need to take this label out of here. So this is, I saw also this in Amazon. They are a little bit more expensive, but if you don't have a Hobby Lobby in your area, this may be worth it. Then I put a couple of coats of gesso. The gesso that I use is this golden gesso and ground. That's what I use to cover that. You can do that, or you can also cover the wood with GAC 100 from Golden as well. This is also to seal the wood. You need to put a coat, any of those could work, basically to help the paint move better, but also to help the wood not to absorb the paint, right? So this is what we are going to use. So what we are going to need? We are going to need our base paint. Remember that I use this color to go from Sherwin-Williams. This is white. White is brand because this was recommended to me by another artist. It looks at the chemicals that it has. It works better with this type of projects. I'm going to make a bloom, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to use 3 colors here. This is a present for my stepson. So my stepson is going to go to Oregon State University, and the colors are green and yellow. I don't have the exact green that of the colors of the state of Oregon, but I can combine them with these two, and then I have a yellow. And I'm going to use my cell activator. Okay, so those are the colors that I am going to use. Okay, and why this is so crowded right now? Because I have my spinner here. So let's start. My apron, really important. I don't want, even though this is like a working t-shirt, because look, it's already painted, doesn't matter. I don't want to stain it more. So I'm going to use my apron here. And I'm going also to get some gloves. I have seen people doing this type of art, not using gloves. Oh, I had some here. I'm going to take all this. I was preparing some pigments that I'm going to show you later, and I was preparing them here, but these are a little bit too big for what I want, so I ordered some smaller ones, and I left them here last night, so that's what I have all this mess here. But anyway, I'm going to use this anyway for some other projects, but in the meantime I can take them out of here. Okie dokie. So, what are we going to do? Again, wear my gloves. Wear my gloves here. I have some paper towel that have already been used, but I can finish using this. And then, okay. So we have, let me organize this, because if you have seen my space before, I'm normally a really organized person. I don't like, even though this is a messy technique, I don't like a messy space. I need to have everything like put it in place and throw air so I can work. Okay, I'm going to leave only the tools that I'm going to use here. Okay, so then we are going to put some paint. Oh, important thing. Since this is a clock, it has a hole here, right? So I want to cover the hole first, because I don't want all the paint to drip through this hole, because it will not help to create the pattern that I want to create. Okay, so I'm going to put this, are you already taped here? Of course the paint is going to go out because the clock has its space here, so it doesn't matter. We are going to work on that, and you will see how. Okay, so we are going to put our base first. I'm going to move the base, even though I used it yesterday, but it's good to have a good mixing here. I'm to mix the paint. Did you see what happened there? Some of the dry paint fall. So let's take it out of our project. If you have seen me or you can follow me, you know that I don't like to waste paint. So normally I try to use all the paint that I can have. And I remember I also have projects ready in case that I get some nice drips so I can use it, okay? So we are going to put some of the paint. Remember, important to put enough paint so it moves around. It's not moving that much, so that means that I need to add a little bit more paint. Now it's going to move. Yeah, now it's going to move. It doesn't need to cover the whole clock, but I could recommend that it covers a good amount of the clock, and then with your fingers or with a little palette knife or like even this stick to cover everything. Why? So the paint can run. Remember, this is Sherwin-Williams Color to Go. Sherwin-Williams should pay us a fee or something for doing some advertising, right? That's a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to move my paint around, cover everything. Okay, I think this is good for now. Okay, so I'm going to clean my gloves because I want to, I have this, if I haven't shown you, I have this unscented, non-perfume, those are baby wipes. I bought them at Amazon. It was a big box. I love them. They're really clean, really easy. And if you have an accident or something drips, it cleans very easily. And it cleans my bottles as well, okay? So I'm going to use this paint that I prepared in advance. I'm going to leave you a link of the video that where I prepare all my paints here, so you can see if this is the first time that you follow me. Okay, and then we are going to, you see, that's why my clothes get dirty. Okay, so we are going to put our green first. I didn't move it so well. Okay, we're going to put our green first. Then we are going to put this yellowish green. It's not exactly the colors of this state of Oregon, but when combined they are going to look like. And then yellow, and it doesn't need to be exactly those colors because the combination is what matters here, okay? And then remember, I'm going to use my self-activator here. Okay, so now I need to decide whether I want to use this or I want to use a hair dryer to move the colors around. I think this time I'm going to use a hair dryer. So I have a little hair dryer here. I have two hair dryers. This one that is a little one that has this little entrance, and I have a larger one for larger projects. So let's use this one. My hobby was so nice to put this connector here so I don't need to be ready. Nice. Nice. I think that's enough, so then now we can spin. Okay, so let me move it to the spinner. I cleaned the spinner area yesterday, so hopefully everything works fine. Here, let me move the other camera so you can see closely. Okay, so we have it in our spinner here. And now we are going to spin it. Remember, don't worry, let it go. Let it flow, let it do its magic. The only thing that we want here is to see whether we like the pattern that it's creating, and also that all the extra paint is going out. I like that pattern, so let's only move it to make it sure that all the paint gets out, like for example these corners, okay? And let me tell you also that when you use 2 or 3 colors only, the combinations are really good. Yes, they are also cool when you use more colors, but I have found that when you use a couple of colors, 3 at the most, the combination is really nice. Look at this. Wow, this is really nice. Okay, here, and this is something that I want to show you so you can learn how to fix those things. Let me look for my small palette knife. I have here one small one. Look at these corners. We need to be sure that everything is covered in paint. So we have some space here. We have some space here. We have some little space here. So I'm going to look for this really nice color. I'm going to add it there. Okay? Really nice color. Add it there. And you will see it will not look like that when I spin it again. I only want this to cover so we can have every single space covered here. Look, this part, this part, this part here, and this here. I have some more paint here for that space over there. Here, look, there is some space here without paint. Right? Let's be sure that everything has paint on it. Okay, and now let's spin it again. Why do I use this? This is you can find it in Amazon. It's a puppy little pool. They use for little puppies to take a bath, and I use it to avoid making a mess in my studio, and it's really, really useful. And the paper that I have at the bottom is parchment paper. That's it. So yesterday I took everything out, and also I took all the paint that I had here. Of course I will mess it up again, but it doesn't matter. That's what this is for. Oh, really cool. Really, really cool. I love all these. Look at these beautiful sails. This is really nice. This is really, really nice. Let's see what else we can do. I'm not so happy with all this white space here, honestly. But I don't think I can do anything at this point anymore, because my concern is that if I add more paint here, or let's see, if I move this a little bit here, it's not moving anymore because I already stretched it out. So, I mean, it's not ideal, but it's not bad as well. It's part of the design. So we check again any corner here. I really, really, really like this area here, over there, and even though the white space is not that bad, so I don't want to mess it up because I have messed up some other ones. It doesn't matter, it's just paint, you can do it again, but I really, really like the design. So let me spin it one more time, and then let's call it done. Most likely when I spin it again, the colors may integrate a little bit more. Yes, they did a little bit, not too much, but they did. I hope he likes it. You know, they are teenagers, so I don't expect too much, honestly. Sometimes they say, oh, this is so cool, thank you so very much. And sometimes they say, oh, thank you. Anyway, so I am doing this with love, and hopefully he likes it as well. And I like it. Look at this. This is so cool. Even with this white space, I like it. It is so cool. Of course, this is my favorite area. This is also so cool. So, okay. Okay, so what's the next step here? The next step first is to take out this tape in the center, right? Because we want the paint to drip, and also we don't want this to be like clogged, because we need to put the clog mechanism once it's dry, and then once we have decide what to use to varnish it with. So let's, first of all, what I have found with this type of clogs, since they have like the numbers see-through, you need to be sure that you clean like the inside. The easiest way that I have seen it is I'm tapping the back so the color drips through the numbers. Before we varnish it, we are going to also paint in the back, so even though it's going to be to the wall, so it has a nice finishing. So let's put it here. Okay, and also I want to be sure that the colors are going through it. Okay, so I have here a tool that has a really thin needle here. So what I'm doing, I hope you can see here, I am trying to open these spaces. Taking out this paint. Okay? This was resisting. Okay? This is how I want it. It has to see through, right? So my stepson is 17. He's going to college. He was already accepted into universities. So he hasn't received any answer from his favorite one yet. But let's see. And I want him to have something that I made for him. He may leave it at home, I don't know. You know, these teenagers, sometimes we don't know how they are going to react, but this is something that I did with love. And if he leaves it at home, that's fine. When he comes to visit, he will see his clock in his bedroom. So that would be fine as well. So this is empty here already. This is cleaned. I really, really like it. Really, really like it. As I said, I'm not so fan of this white space here, but I think it looks cool. Worst case scenario, if when it dries, I don't like it, guess what I'm going to do? Paint on top of it and do it again. Doesn't matter, it's just paint. I don't know if this happens to you, but when I am painting, when I am talking to you, I feel so relaxed. And even when I am not talking, you will see some of my videos that I am really concentrated, like looking into that. The other day my nephew was telling me, hey, smile. And I said, well, I am concentrated. I am not like, I guess I am relaxed. That's what it is. So, This is so relaxing to me. Normally I come back from my work and sometimes I watch TV with my husband. Some other times I tell my husband, hey, you know what? Let me go to do some painting. And then he has to call me and say, hey, where are you? Because I am like lost here in my studio. Here it is. Tell me, how do you like it? I really like it. So let's see, I am seeing a little bit of space here without paint. Let's put a little bit of paint here before it dries. Let's move it around so it belongs, it's part of it. We may need to spin it again because I just put some more paint there and I don't want that to be kind of like a, yeah. Let's be sure that when we spin it, we didn't add any more these holes. It is not. So, it's ready. Let's put it here and let it dry.